All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're cracking open a playbook designed for one thing: building wealth that works for you 24/7. This is all about a blueprint for creating automated income in the crypto space so you can actually earn without being chained to your screen.
So the entire playbook really hinges on this one big question, right? How can you get daily, weekly, and monthly income from crypto without all that stress of constantly watching the charts and trying to time the market? It's a question a ton of people are asking, looking for a bit more financial freedom. And that's where the Crypto Passive Income Playbook comes in. It claims to have a battle-tested framework to do just that. It's all about a systematic approach, not just chasing hype. So let's break down its core ideas.
But before we jump straight into the strategies, we gotta have some context. The playbook argues that the way people build wealth has totally changed, and you have to understand this evolution to have a shot at succeeding today. This timeline really tells a story, doesn't it? I mean, we started with just simple digital payments. Then, bam, Bitcoin shows up and gives us money outside of anyone's control. Then came DeFi, or decentralized finance, which basically created financial tools without the banks. And now we're in this new era of Web3 income systems, where the whole focus is shifting from just gambling on prices to building predictable, automated income streams.
So, what does crypto passive income actually mean? Well, the playbook's definition is pretty straightforward. It's about digital systems that generate income around the clock. Think of it this way. Active income is you working for money, which is always limited by time. These passive systems are like little money-making machines you build that just keep working for you, even when you're sleeping. It's a total game changer.
Now, this isn't just a grab bag of random tactics. The playbook is built on a core philosophy it calls the war library. And this is the strategic mindset that's supposed to guide every single decision you make. Man, this quote really sets the tone. This is not about getting rich quick. It's a disciplined approach. And in the wild world of crypto, thinking of it as a battlefield kind of makes sense. It means preparation and protecting what you've got are just as important as going on the attack.
And here's the framework itself. W is for wealth intelligence. It's about making calculated moves based on systems, not what you see on social media. A is for asset multiplication. The focus here is on building income engines, not just chasing a quick profit on a price bump. And R stands for risk-controlled growth, which means protecting your capital is priority number one so you can stay in the game for the long haul.
Okay, so we've got the philosophy down. Now let's get to the fun part, the practical side. The playbook breaks down how to build your income engine using 3 core building blocks, and each one is based on a different time frame.
This table lays it out perfectly. You've got your daily systems, like staking, which is kind of like earning interest just for helping a network stay secure. These are for quick, consistent returns. Then you have weekly systems, like yield farming, where you're lending out your crypto for higher rewards. And finally, monthly systems, which are all about stability and letting that sweet compounding do its thing over the long term. Each one has a specific job. But here's the real kicker. The key isn't to just pick one of these. The playbook's big idea is to combine them into what it calls a hybrid portfolio. This is what creates a system that can not only grow, but is also resilient, meaning it can actually handle the crazy ups and downs of the market.
The goal here is to create an income ecosystem. I love that term. It's not just a pile of assets. It's a living, breathing portfolio where all the different parts work together. The daily income gives you cash flow, the weekly stuff drives the growth, and the monthly income acts as that stable foundation.
So what does that look like in practice? Well, the playbook gives this sample allocation just to make it more concrete. You'd put about 40% into those weekly systems to really drive growth, and then split the rest between daily systems for cash flow and monthly systems for that rock-solid base. It's just a starting point, of course, but it's a great way to visualize that balance.
And here's how you can actually start building your own. First, figure out your goals. Then, pick the right tools for each time frame. Allocate your capital based on your risk tolerance, and automate everything you possibly can. And then, and this is the most important part, you have to continuously track, adjust, and reinvest what you earn. That's what really gets that compounding engine roaring.
Okay, now for what might be the single most important section. According to the playbook, building wealth is totally pointless if you can't protect it. So there's a huge emphasis on security and managing your risk. This comparison is just so incredibly helpful. Green flags, things like transparent teams you can actually verify and realistic returns. Red flags, anonymous devs and platforms promising you insanely high yields. The playbook's advice here is simple. If it looks way too good to be true, it's almost certainly a trap.
And these right here are the absolute must-dos.
Use a cold wallet, that's a physical device, for your main assets because it's offline and way harder to hack. Never, and I mean ever, share your seed phrase. That's the master key to everything. And don't just diversify your coins, diversify the platforms you use. Finally, keep some of your portfolio in stablecoins to protect yourself from big market swings. These habits are what separate the pros from the people who lose it all.
This statement from the playbook really hits home. In the world of crypto, there's no bank to call if something goes wrong. You are your own bank, and that means security isn't just a nice feature to have, it's your #1 responsibility to protect your own money.
So if you remember just one thing from this whole explainer, let it be this. The entire philosophy is about a strategic shift in your thinking. It's about moving away from that frantic chase for short-term profits and moving toward the disciplined construction of long-term, automated wealth systems. And that leaves us with this final, thought-provoking question from the playbook's core message. In this new digital frontier, maybe the ultimate measure of wealth isn't just about the assets you accumulate, but about the resilience and the intelligence of the income-generating systems you actually build.